And we're live.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Market. It's a little after 11 o'clock. It's Thanksgiving week in the U.S. being Monday morning. Let's sign into TradeGATEHub from TradeView Markets. This is how I sign in. Everybody else signs in. It's an easy process. We did it that way so there's no confusion and everybody's doing the same thing. With that being said, as Monday morning, as you know, it's always the busiest in terms of the data that I put in. And I went to the main rooms as opposed to my stock room. So I hopefully everybody got to, in order to keep repeating myself, but as we get more and more viewers, I feel like I have to. So I don't mean to be redundant for those that have been on. I apologize, but you get the picture. We were all on here, started at one time as well. Go listen to Mike Santoli, Tactical Sentiment. Listen, we talk about a melt up. And it is a melt up, and we'll go back to a certain sectors and stocks as we speak, as we noted, and it's our favorite. The solar stocks and the EV stocks are continue to going. We're going with the momentum. It also made sense. You know, you always want to be. You don't. One of the things when you have some sort of like melt up situation is you don't want to get stuck with a stock that you don't want to have it for. You know, if something goes awry. I mean, the problem with trading these thin, small stocks and the low floaters are, you know, you get stuck in them. Your biggest losers, by the way, come from the cheapest stocks, by the way. I've heard that. I actually have a small speculative option account where I deal with a lot of small of these biotechs. Anybody that's a biotech trader, I love trading biotechs. You know, Labor is just one of our better trades of the year, if you recall, a couple of months back, but that has no bottom. And I guess the tax selling isn't abated and it's just taking down companies that are below book value. But you know what, as we say, I told the coach, I'm not an analyst and I'll leave that to professionals. But, you know, my point being is when we have tactical sentiment here, even though it's a melt up, it becomes still rotation. It's not, I was talking to a friend of mine last night and I haven't seen a sea of red across my screen above sectors. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm not jinxing the market, blah, blah, blah. But certainly when tactical sentiment from what we consider a melt up hasn't even been close to overbought and or oversold in a month, it's still rotation. Okay, move on. Top option flow, gamma exposure, do your research there, sector sentiment, have some names, have some lists, world markets, gold and treasuries, gold, boy, gold had to move down to about right. I think gold is probably oversold. I bought some more of the miners. I'm probably going to go over this with coach tomorrow morning. You know, I don't know if this was the all-in flush out for the gold that had a strong hand. But you know, that's where we're sitting on gold. Treasuries as well. Crude was a buy and the dip. Crude's up nicely today. We'll go to the charts. The NASDAQ overbought, as especially today, the S&P. Hedge fund exposure still a little bearish. You know what? I want them to completely be underexposed. Right now, they're sitting and waiting, and the market's taking a little dip, and I can kind of understand. So I wouldn't say this is bullish or bearish. They're just waiting for, you know, an opportunity or a time to get in. Shorts do have a pulse. I mean, the melt up is taking a lot of shorts out of the market. That's bullish. There are less shorts in the market to squeeze the market higher. Okay. Bull and bear, Bank of America, coach, nice trade. 4-week client positioning, sentiment indicator. Goldman doesn't even know what to do. They're unpositioned. Neither bought nor oversold. Sectors and groups. Go over this. For example, if you see that leisure is completely, extremely oversold and the sentiment is good. Go to what's in the leisure sector. That's like Las Vegas Sands. Those are casinos and hotels. Those are up today. And it's for a trade only. I'm not telling you to pick the bottom and see I picked the bottom in all these leisure stocks. It's a tactical trade. SPY gamma exposure. Don't expect to squeeze this week. They already took the juice out of the proverbial punch bowl. So, you know, you have some winners, take them off. Metals and mining outlook, and I said it's only an opinion. XLF breath. See, they were oversold on the financials. Even the Goldman Sachs sentiment came in right here. Hold on a second. Let me go to this page. So I don't even want to look at the left side of my screen because I don't want to be distracted. But let's look right here. Goldman Sachs came in the sentiment was completely oversold, and all these fins completely came oversold. I'm not saying JP Morgan bottom. The chart doesn't even look good. Citicorp has the worst chart out of there. But for tactical trading and for us to give an example, to take money out of the market, when the XLF breadth and sentiment is completely the lowest it's been in some time, Goldman Sachs, why says it's see if it's due to bounce. If the Goldman Sachs matriculates, then look at the best of breed. That's Goldman. The rest of them followed. Thanksgiving week, never short a dull market. The Gamma Gang, don't expect any squeezes. Pardon. It's already Monday. Upgrades and downgrades, Walter Bloomberg, ARK Investments for anybody that's interested. A couple of charts that we always post on Monday and Wednesday. Power scans, these are the best ones right here. Helene posted a couple of good charts about the materials. That probably broke. GLD, we have to see where that gets up. You know what? I'm going to punch it. Where's GLD right now? Still have $2. Wow. Huh? We're going to have to reassess that trade with Miss Helene. Mike, thanks for taking me out of the SNDL. You don't want me to shave anymore. Well, how about some singing lessons then? So we can kill two birds with one stone. You look better and you can sing better in the shower. So we're gonna have to listen. We'll see what Helene does by the thickness of the pencil. If the GLD broke it, so stocks lead the commodities. The stocks are lost. Well, I'll give you back right here. GDXJ. I did buy in the hole this morning. Here's GDXJ. Let's go to the chart. You know, you got it. I was hoping that the stocks lead the commodity. GLD is a little bit weaker, but they did the flush at GDXJ at 44.20. Now it's 44.50. That was a nice $1.50 move. I'm still in it, by the way, but you know what? I'm going to sell half my position at the 200-day resistance around 46 and assess it from there. I certainly don't want to be fighting technicals. And after a move down, like I said before, I'll speak to coach right now if he's not recovering from the singing lesson joke. We'll see a look at GLD right here. Here's the cup and handle double top. I don't know. You know what I mean? That was a bad move down. I have to do more research on it, if you will. GLD still is above the moving averages. And let's look at AU. AU I did buy more of too. And that's the one that's holding in the best. I did buy more this morning. That's above the moving averages. Something like Newmont best of breed, or formerly best of, well, the stock formerly known as Newmont, which was formerly best of breed, you know, had a nice reversal here, but that's yet to be determined what's going on there. KL. All right, still above. I did buy a little NUGT at the gap. I did buy it. I'm not going to lie. Boy, I hope that goes, but I'm not married to the position. I just, you know what? If I wasn't in the gold trade, I don't think that would have been my first go-to trade. I wouldn't have said, here's the buy on GLD that I was waiting for on the dip after that move, because the rotation didn't play that way. It just didn't play out that way, at least yet. The jury's out. Let's go back. Trying to negate breakout. Yeah. Thanks, Coach. Well, you know what? This is what Coach is talking to me right now when I'm giving the video or doing the webcast. This may delay the PM cycle. And 1821 usually. All right. Thanks, Coach. Seriously. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So anyway, getting back to what we were talking about this morning, the stocks in play, tactical sentiment. Listen, Friday is one of the thinnest market days of the year. Thursday being Thanksgiving, that's closed. You know, Monday we had this morning, this move up. They sold a lot of the winners. You could see that Amazon was a nice reversal. We sold that on Friday. Snap, look at these stocks. This is incredible. Let's look at Snap. Let's go to my charts. Snap wouldn't touch it. Breaking down. Twitter. You know what? I like Twitter. I'm not even thinking about the double bottom, because you know what? If you were thinking about doing that with stocks with DraftKings, you had to wait 3 days. You know what? It did have that volume and it did do a little bit of a doji, but you know what? You got a long way to wait for this DraftKings to come back, and then the other stocks. GME was good, one a good long. We like that long. I don't know what listen, Tesla still hanging in there. Let's look at Apple. Is that hanging in there? Yep. Apple, the RSI is getting to be, as you look at the bottom left right here, the RSI in Apple, which by the way, an RSI in Apple at 80 is very high. You're not talking about a thin stock like Lucid Motors that can get into the 90s. Apple, by the way, let's even go to a weekly on Apple for an RSI. And very, very rarely, what's that RSI here? Right here. That's 73 on a weekly. So it's not even there yet on the weekly. So let's go to Microsoft on a weekly with our RSI. That's there. And let's look at the daily on RSI and Microsoft. There's not much more juice here. Amazon did the same thing. That was a bad reversal with volume on Friday. Coach might be able to edify that afterwards. Let's look at the stocks that held up the market. Let's look at the TTD. All right, that's rolling over. Let's look at AFRM. Look, you know what? This is the one that told me that there was an issue this morning. So you know what? I don't even get a chart on it this place. That's why I'm having problems with one of these. Roblox had a bad reversal this morning. Let's go to at least a weekly chart. From 141 to 124, and today with heavy volumes, a red flag for me in this stock. I don't think the dip buying is over anymore. Let's look at the ASAN. Oh, that's why I don't feel bad selling a stock like the price action of Apple, indicative of a company buying back stock. I wouldn't argue that point, Coach. I just think Apple has become the ExxonMobil of this generation. I just think they're parking cash in there because of how it moves. I can completely appreciate that. And I don't even know if that's up for interpretation. Maybe we'll talk tomorrow how about Apple buying stock at these levels is bullish or bearish. I mean, if there are no other better options, I completely get it. But yeah, let's look at Mara. They broke the Bitcoin. Mara, that went from first to worst. Yeah, Mara might be worth the stab here. I've seen better. It's not going back to 85, and certainly Riot, which they tried to hold above the moving averages, that broke, and that's. Let's look at the HUT, one of our trades. And I haven't looked at that today, so this is new to me. HUT, we're retrieving data. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. What else are we looking at? Oh, you know what? That's not coming through. Trust me on that one. So LTRY, somebody's telling me about they got hurt in this thing. You know what? That's why you just I know some sharp dudes that were buying this thing and had an opinion on it. So when it goes from 17 to 10, and it showed, I mean, that stock didn't bounce out. That's, you know what? I avoided that. That's trouble, man. I'd be in trouble in that stock. That's obviously a SPAC. But this thing, they're texting me, wow, I feel bad. It can happen. That's why when you're down like 20, you have to cut some of your losers when you're down 20 or 30%. So it looks like we're coming off here. Let me share a little bit of the screen because I don't want to look at my positions right now because I want to quote the firm down, Hood down, Tesla holding in there. That's holding the market up to the Ribbon on sale. LAC, bad reversal. Battery stock. That has volume. I'm not calling the one day down, but that should help. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up here. Let me punch up what's going on with my stock movements. I'm not going to do much this week. I'm not doing this. I've been there, done that. Never short a dull market. Fortunately, I don't have to be prey to looking at every tick anymore. So this is going to be something. I'm only if anything I buy, I'm probably not going to overnight. And I will, if anything, buy something that I'm committed to in the long term. Any new positions? What's at the high or what's moving down? Get that out of there. Okay, what's at the high of the day? Gilead, Switch, STLD, Agilent, NTR, Home Depot, safety. What's on the low? I don't want to know. TTD, bad news. Square, it's over. Snap, Lyft, Shopify, Baidu, Etsy, Dash, the high growth is, where's the ARK? Where are you with Lewis? ARKK. I don't even want to look at this. That's broken down now. This poor lady. Nobody, they were buying on the way up, they were shorting on the way. ARK is going lower. So if you see by all the stocks on my screen breaking down, and some of them have decent volume by 11 o'clock on a Monday. Let me go back to the position page, which is even more alarming. And we've been bullish, not all uber bullish, but this is what alarms me. I just popped up. Where's Square? Let's look at the volume. Square, 100% volume, down $20. And here's the chart on Square, which arguably is the best of breed. You know, let's go to net. I had that short overnight. I covered it down 4 and it's down 18. Nice trade. How you doing? Good trade, Mike. CRWD, testing the 200-day. That's the best of breed security stock. Let's look at Etsy. Very bad reversal. Let's look at Target. Best of breed. Breaking. Oh, Jesus. Target's down $8. Yeah, this is not where you want to be. AUPH, SQM. Look at this. SQM was up $8. The battery stock. Oh, it's only up 6. Well, it's up 6 now, but that's one of those thin ones. But SQM. Let me look at my Twitter feed because things are going on, and I'm trying not to look at my quotes. So when I say things are going on, I go to my Twitter feed. FCX bull flow. That's safe flight to safety. Crude futures rebound. You know what? That's not surprising because why? First of all, it's considered a flight to safety to a degree. Coach will get into that more because I will leave that to the professionals. But crude sentiment was NASDAQ crude right here. So a little bit of flight to safety. You see the proper rotation out of these stocks, and it's not EXAS. I guarantee I don't even have to look at EXES, and I know that it's breaking a 52-year low, Lewis. I know you like that. I wish it was that easy. No, EXES I don't like. It is a great company, but there's the weekly. Hold on. EXES is a good company, and I don't want to fault you that much, Lewis. But if you want to take a long-term position in, I wouldn't talk you off it because it has channels, but it broke that channel there. And let's go to the weekly chart, and it even broke the all-important 200-day on the weekly. So I wouldn't even know. No, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. EXES. No, I don't like it. If you're gonna. Which one do I like? Let's look at Gilead, which was strong today. Let's go to what's working. Why don't we buy Gilead? You guys are European guys. Let's look at AZN. That might be a buy right on the 200-day AZN. That's a best of breed, if you will. Let's look at GlaxoSmithKline. Why don't you buy Glaxo? Let's go to, ABBV. I might even buy this one. Why don't you buy AbbVie? This stock's a horse. That's a stock you want to buy. We'll certainly want to short it. But EXAS, which we have traded before, I don't want to be harding. I get the picture, but that's going to take a little bit of time. And that's look like a stock that might have news coming out, but not bad. I get it. Which one? CRVS. All these smart little bio guys are giving me this one, but they're buried in it. This one was a sexy move that they say it, but I'm not in it and I'm not buying it. But that's one I have an interest in as well, to a degree, maybe. Let me look at the new share here. Let me look at my Twitter feed. So what's going on here with my Twitter feed? QQQ to day low. Some big tie sector flows. He's right. IGF software breaking down. Let's go to the option flow, which is most important. Planeteer bearish. The Qs as well have an uptick in protection. Qs bearish. Oxy bullish. I don't even listen. If I just saw this and went throughout the day, through the morning, I could guess where the market is by looking at FCX calls, PayPal puts, AMD calls, even Boeing bearish. Nike bull flow tells me that they go into a little bit, maybe international, coach. I don't know. Bloom and GDX stayed bullish. That's good for the family. There's GDXJ now, down 50 cents for the family. All right, we're not out of the woods, but we did double down, and I hate that word too. We did buy it at a good level. What else, Lewis? Lewis has got another one. You got another one from Lewis, the XAS. Hewlett Pack bullish, X, Planetaire bearish. Let's go to my other both. Let's go to this page. What's moving now? It's getting to be 11:30. We're moving quickly. We're down. What happened here? I apologize. Maybe so many freaking things are moving. All right, what's a die? This is what I like. I also did. I would suggest volume 10 minutes. What's moving the last 10 minutes? SQM, Avaya, which was a takeover on SQM. Fast. The financials are still hanging strong. NVAX. So that's good volume in 10 minutes. And it shows you what they're doing. What's going? Oh, look at that. Whatever this is. 1,000% volume. AUPH. That's bad. We're in that. ASAN going down rapidly in a rapid manner. Not good. NIU, 300% volume in NIU, down $3. Huh. NIU, what's this thing? That's boy, that's bad news. This is what I'm looking at. Yeah, this is a weekday in the market. Listen, if there's any time to stay tuned to DGH, I don't want to sound cliche, today's the day. So the big worry for many is that when the big cap names finally correct, that the money won't rotate into laggards. He's exactly right. The bottom line is that it was either going to be Apple and Microsoft holding up the market until the rest of the market followed, or Apple and Microsoft and Tesla got weaker in Amazon and the rest of the market followed lower. So, and that looks like what it's happening right now. So, TradeGATEHub, exact. So we'll leave you right here at 11:25. There's a lot going on. I'm getting text left and right. So I'll price action Apple. Yeah, that isn't right. All right. So we'll let you go, everyone. Stay tuned after lunch. We got some homework to do. We got some planning to do. Even though it is a thinner week, be careful to not let your trades turn into positions. Be prepared. Anything could happen.